Hi, if you are doing a lot of jumping, particularly a lot of cross country, then you need to be incorporating these 3 exercises into your fitness routine as often as you possibly can. So we are going to start with you sitting in a slightly strange position. You need to have your bottom leg bent with your knee pointing forwards, your top leg bent with your knee pointing upwards, and your foot in front of your bottom foot. And you need to have your bottom hand as far away from you as you can possibly go. My mat is a wee bit short, so if you've got a longer mat, it should be a little bit easier. And then bring your top hand onto your top knee. Okay, so we're going to be looking at your control through movement, because when you are jumping, when you're riding gently, but particularly when you're jumping, you never know what is going to happen, and you need to have strength and control of your body in every single direction. So you are going to push through your top foot into your bottom hand to bring you up, and then lower back down again. So you're controlling up, controlling down. So hopefully now you can see why you need to have that bottom hand as far away from you as you can. If you have that hand too close underneath you, you end up just lifting your bottom and it doesn't really go anywhere. So you're trying to push from top foot to bottom hand and control that movement. And you can make this really quite quick. So thinking about your reaction times in the saddle, you can really work to speed up and see how quickly you can do it. Then whiz round and you can do exactly the same thing to the other side. So again, trying to get the bottom hand as far away from you as possible. And it's really good to be able to compare how good your control is from one side to the other. And again, can you keep that speed element in without falling in a hole in the middle of the garden? And compare, can you get the speed, same speed up on the other side? If you can't, then that's really something to work at, because if you think about if you had an awkward if your horse needs a front leg going over a fence and you have a slightly awkward movement, you'll need tipping out the side door. You need to have that strength and control of reaction through this part of your body to stop you going out of that side door. So making sure you can control that movement equally well, both sides at speed, is really helpful. Okay, coming up into kneeling, I want you to have your hands in front of you as if you're holding your reins, as you lean backwards and come forwards again. If I go sideways, you can see how this works. Straight line from knees, pelvis to shoulders. You're not just arching backwards, you're taking your whole body weight backwards. Hands up in front. So if you imagine you're going over a drop fence, and again with this one, you can make it a little bit faster if you want to. You can also try and hold that position for a few seconds if you want to mimic the duration of going down a drop fence, particularly if you're doing bigger fences. What you don't want to do with this one is try and go too far back, because you will really hurt the front of your thighs. But hopefully you're really starting to feel how much your tummy muscles, those abdominals, are having to hold you up as you go backwards and then come forwards. Okay, we're going to repeat something similar to that with you in standing. Again, I will go sideways. So this time, again, if you can have your hands up in front of you, that's really useful. We're going to step back and into that same lean. So we're looking to get that straight line shoulder, head like to foot, and not just arching backwards. Come forwards, do the same with the other leg. So you're trying to control that movement. So again, we're trying to mimic what happens when you go down over a drop fence, but also it could be what happens if your horse speaks, to be fair, or if you just get left behind. We've all seen it on the TV when someone gets the horse pecked really badly on landing and the rider is frantically leaning back to try and stay in the saddle. And again, if you get really strong, you can try and see how quickly you can do these. How quickly can you take your upper body back and then up again, and how well can you keep your hands nice and soft and level. Do one more each way. Okay, super. So we're going to stop there. These may not have been the most obvious abdominal exercises that you would have thought of if you were jumping, but these are going to really help you keep your body controlled no matter what is going on underneath you. You can keep them slow, you can hold them, and you can also really speed them up. So keep working at these, and that is going to make such a difference to what is happening, particularly in those more awkward moments in the saddle.